What if everything you've ever seen, every star in the night sky, every planet, every galaxy, was only a tiny fraction of what actually exists? It sounds impossible. But according to modern science, everything we can observe makes up less than 5% of the universe. That means about 95% of reality is completely invisible to us. So the question is, what is this hidden universe made of? Scientists call it dark matter, a mysterious substance that we cannot see, cannot touch, and still somehow shapes the entire cosmos. What is dark matter? So let's start with the most basic question. What exactly is dark matter? To understand this, we first need to understand what normal matter is. Everything you can see around you, your phone, your body, the stars in the sky is made of atoms. Atoms are the building blocks of everything visible in the universe. But here's where things get strange. When scientists study the universe, they discovered something shocking. All the normal matter we can see makes up less than 5% of the entire universe. Yes, less than 5%. So the question is, what about the remaining 95%? That's where dark matter comes in. Dark matter is a form of matter that we cannot see, cannot touch, and cannot detect using normal instruments. It does not emit light, it does not reflect light, and it does not absorb light. In simple words, it is completely invisible. Now imagine this. Right now, you could be surrounded by dark matter. It could be passing through your body, through your room, through the entire Earth, and you would never even notice. No sound, no light, no feeling, nothing. But even though it is invisible, it still has mass. And because it has mass, it creates gravity. And that gravity is powerful enough to influence entire galaxies. Think about that for a second. Something you cannot see is controlling the movement of billions of stars. Now here's an easy way to understand it. Imagine wind. You cannot see wind itself, but you can see its effects. Trees shaking, dust moving, clouds changing direction. Dark matter works in a similar way. We cannot see it directly, but we can clearly see what it does to the universe around it. And that invisible influence is what makes dark matter one of the biggest mysteries in science today. How do we know it exists? So if dark matter is completely invisible, how do scientists even know it exists? The answer is something very powerful: gravity. When astronomers observe galaxies, they notice something very strange. The stars on the outer edges of galaxies are moving much faster than they should be. According to known physics, those galaxies should not be stable. They should actually fly apart. But they don't. They stay together, perfectly stable. As if
Dark
something
matter is
invisible
the
is
missing
holding them in
mass
place.
required to
It's
explain
almost
this
like there
rapid
is an
rotation.
unseen force.
It
Acting
forms
like
this
glue,
vast,
keeping
invisible
everything connected. And that invisible glue is what scientists believe to be dark matter. Without it, galaxies would break apart, and the universe would look completely different. Now think about this. Something we cannot see might be the reason entire galaxies exist in the first place. Evidence of dark matter, but galaxy motion is not the only clue. There is even stronger evidence. One of the most important is something called gravitational lensing. This happens when a massive object in space bends the light coming from something far behind it. It works like a cosmic magnifying glass, distorting and bending what we see. But here is where things get strange. In many observations, the amount of bending is far greater than what visible matter can explain. That means there must be something else there, something massive, but completely invisible. Something that is adding extra gravity without being seen. And once again, this points directly to dark matter. Scientists also study how the universe is structured on a very large scale. And what they found is shocking. Dark matter is not rare. It is everywhere. In fact, it makes up about 27% of the entire universe. That is more than all the stars, planets, and galaxies we can see combined. So everything visible is actually just a small part of a much larger hidden universe. What could dark matter be? So now comes the biggest question in all of modern science. If dark matter is real, what actually is it? Scientists have been trying to solve this mystery for decades, but there is still no confirmed answer. One of the most popular ideas is that dark matter is made of particles called WIMPs, weakly interacting massive particles. These are theoretical particles that could pass through normal matter without ever interacting with it. That means they could be flowing through you right now without you ever knowing. Another idea is something even more mysterious: actions. These are extremely tiny particles, almost weightless, that could exist everywhere in the universe like a hidden field. And then there are even more extreme theories. Some scientists believe dark matter might not be particles at all, but something completely new, a form of physics we have never discovered before. Some even suggest it could involve hidden dimensions beyond what we can see or measure. The truth is, we are still guessing. And every new theory leads to even more questions than answers. Can we detect dark matter? Even though dark matter is invisible, scientists are not stopping their search. Around the world, massive underground laboratories have been built deep beneath mountains, shielded from all known radiation. The goal is simple, but extremely difficult: to detect even the smallest possible interaction with dark matter. These experiments are incredibly sensitive, designed to catch signals smaller than a single atom's movement. At the same time, scientists are using powerful particle accelerators, smashing atoms together at extreme speeds. They are trying to recreate conditions similar to the early universe, just moments after the Big Bang. The hope is that during these collisions, dark matter particles might appear for just a fraction of a second. But so far, nothing has been confirmed. Every experiment has either found nothing or results that are still unclear. And this makes the mystery even deeper. Because if dark matter is so common, why is it so impossible to detect? It's almost like it is avoiding us on purpose. What if dark matter didn't exist? Now imagine something truly terrifying. What if dark matter did not exist at all? At first, it might not seem like a big problem. Stars would still shine, planets would still orbit, galaxies would still exist. But on a much larger scale, everything would slowly fall apart. Without dark matter's gravity, galaxies would lose the invisible force holding them together. The outer stars would drift away into space, and entire galaxies would start breaking apart. Over time, the structure of the universe itself would collapse. No stable galaxies, no long-lasting cosmic systems, and possibly no conditions for life to ever form. Because without dark matter, the universe would not have enough hidden mass to build the structures we see today. In other words, dark matter might not just be important. It might be essential for existence itself. The future of dark matter research. But the story doesn't end here. In fact, it is just beginning. New space telescopes, more sensitive detectors, and powerful underground experiments are constantly being developed. Scientists are combining astronomy, particle physics, and cosmology, trying to connect the missing pieces of the puzzle. Massive research projects are running across the world, searching for even the smallest sign of dark matter interaction. Some experiments are designed to run for years without stopping, waiting for just one confirmed signal. And many scientists believe that we might be closer than ever before to solving this mystery, because every failure, every empty result, is also helping narrow down what dark matter is. And slowly, step by step, we are getting closer to the truth. One discovery could completely change everything we know about the universe. It could rewrite physics and our understanding of reality itself, ending the big question. So after everything we know and everything we still don't know, we are left with one final truth. The universe is not fully visible to us. Everything we see, stars, planets, galaxies, is only a small part of reality. The rest is hidden in complete darkness, something we call dark matter. It surrounds us, shapes galaxies, and possibly makes existence possible, yet we cannot see it, touch it, or fully understand it. And that brings us to the biggest question of all. What if dark matter is not just a missing piece of the universe, but something far more complex than we can imagine? Something that might completely change our understanding of reality itself. The truth is, we are still at the beginning of this discovery, and maybe one day we will finally unlock the secret of the invisible universe. But until then, dark matter remains one of the greatest mysteries ever discovered, and the universe is still hiding most of its story from us. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, follow for more space mysteries, and stay curious about the universe.